All right, hello everyone. My name is Ashley Thomas. This is me on better days, but it is the weekend. What can you do? I am a Houston, Texas local, and I'm 33 years old as of a week ago, end of May. So, asked about eventually why did I become a teacher? Well, my mother, who is the one with some light hair, which I'm getting, she was an elementary school teacher for 40 years. She retired right before the pandemic. And she spends all her time now doing cruises. So obviously, a lot of educators are children of educators and so on and so forth. My grandfather also did lectures at colleges, and I went with him to the University of Colorado when I was younger. So obviously, heavily influenced me. Now, this was the first bump in my journey to become a teacher, because that was not actually the plan until much later. In second grade, they nearly held me back. Now, second grade, my mother was a second grade teacher most of my life. So when they suggested holding me back, she put me in an intensive tutoring program with who would later be my fifth grade teacher every single day after school for an hour every day. And she tried to help me overcome my struggles because my family are big readers. My parents read every single day, nonstop, several books a week. So it was never a option to just not learn it. I'll discuss that noise in just a second. So I realized as an adult and when I became an educator myself, probably dyslexia. It's okay. I dealt with it. I know the skills now, how to deal with it. Never got a proper diagnosis, but after having so many children with dyslexia and teaching the material myself, I see I have a mild form and we just accommodate it. Now, when I was in fifth grade, after I'd overcome my struggle reading, Harry Potter was a big influence. I was 11 at the time. Harry Potter was 11 at the time. We both have black hair, glasses. It really struck with me and got me to reading a lot more and big books, and it just kind of carried on from that. I still did not decide I was going to be an English teacher until far later. Now, after high school, I went to Lone Star, and I stayed at Lone Star for as long as a human being physically could. I was there for almost 3 years. You can transfer with 77 credits, and I transferred with 75 to Sam Houston. I'm from, like I said, Houston, so Sam Houston was close. I went there, finished out, I think, the last 2 years, and was done and graduated 10 years ago now. Me, so much younger, so much fresh faced. After that, I started teaching. I just finished my 8th, going into my 9th year in public education. I teach in Conroe ISD English 3 right now, but I have taught 7th grade through 12th grade. And these are my current certifications. I have also coached before. I was a special ed case manager. I still teach a lot of I have ESL students every year, so I've used the gambit on these. Now, I went back to grad school in 2018, got my master's in English in 2021. And this will be my third foray into college and my second in grad school. The first time I did not manage my time and my responsibilities, well, that's a photo of me 50 pounds heavier. So once I finished, I got my life back in order and then started to do this. These are my last 2 courses for the adult education cert because I am contemplating not being a teacher anymore, possibly. Have not decided. Going to decide at the end of this year. These are, well, Mufasa, the black one with the mane. It's my German Spitz. Ari passed recently, and this is the one making noise underneath the table because I have had for her for 2 weeks. This is Rory. She's my newest puppy. She requires a lot of attention. She's part Catahoula mix that I got from the shelter, like I said, for my birthday week and a half ago. And while she is adorable, it's like having a toddler in my house again. We haven't had puppies in a very long time. So, excuse her barking. We're working on it. She's about 3 months old. Now, to answer the questions, why do I think it's important for teachers to understand the learning science, the model of the mind? You have to be able to reach all students effectively. You have to make sure learning is important. It's cemented. It has to be purposeful with intent and an anticipated outcome. And you can't do that if you don't understand how it's going to mold into the mind, how learning works. You're just not going to be effectively teaching if you don't understand the concepts behind effective teaching. And then what happens if they don't? Well, like I said, enduring understanding is not going to it's not going to happen. It's not going to become long term because there's nothing for it to grasp onto. It's not cemented. Um, Failing to do that is going to fail to cement understandings. Kids aren't going to be able to recall what they learned because it never held, it never put down roots, it was never interacted again after more than recall, so there was no reason to retain it, which is up to no one's benefit. All right, thank you. Rory says thank you.